Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are here with another update for one of my project pans. This here is all about lipsticks. This is my Project Apocalips, which is a product where I try to finish up lip products. It's a product that I introduced a couple of years ago because I do have so many lip products in my collection. It is still one of my kind of problem areas, I guess. So I wanted a project specifically for this because, you know, another problem area for me, for example, is eyeshadows, and I have so many eyeshadow specific project pans. So I thought doing a lipstick or like a lip based project pan would be a great idea too. So in this project, I'm currently working on 7 lip products, and my goal is just to finish them. I want to work on them for as long, you know, as it takes for me to finish them fully. I don't really want to do any usage goal or anything like that. So it is kind of like a hardcore project. And I'm gonna let you know where I'm sitting with those products today. But before I jump into that, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. Alright, so I do have my 7 products right here. We're going to go through them in order. And the first product that we have is this one right here, which comes from Colourpop. This is the Lipsticks in the shade Boa. It is a really fun purpley pink type of shade. It's a very blue tone type of pink. This is a product that I actually reach for semi-regularly considering the color, but the reason for that is because I use it as a cream blush. I'm not wearing it that way today. I forgot to do cream blush this makeup look. That happens sometimes. I haven't been using it as much as I have in the previous month. That is a swatch of it, by the way. And with this one, the first month it was in the project, I reached for it 22 times. So quite often, again, not every single time I did my makeup, but I did reach for it relatively regularly. In the past month though, I have only reached for it 13 times. So again, a decent amount, but not quite as much as in the first update. And I can tell too, I'm going to show you the progress lines in a second, but it's not moving as quickly as it has been. And this, by the way, is how much I have left of it now. It is very kind of skinny, so it does move a little bit faster too. But it's a beautiful lip product. Well, maybe not lip product. I don't like it that much on my lips anymore. It's just too out there for me. But I do love it as a blush. So it has been really fun to work on. And I'm happy to continue reaching for it that way. It's going to be my continuous kind of cream blush in this project until I finish it. And you can see the progress lines right there. So you can see that it has moved. Not as much as in the first month though, but that makes sense because I didn't use it as much. But I'm happy with that movement. And looking at the progress, I think I have probably finished up about 1/3 of the tube now. And altogether I have reached for this one 35 times. So if I do reach for it consistently, I would say maybe that I have 70 more uses to go, which if I did reach for it every single day, I could theoretically get out in like maybe 2 months time. But I forget to reach for this one sometimes. So more realistically, this one's going to be out in 3 months, and I'm still okay with that, and it is of course staying in for now. The second lip product that we have, I have really not reached for that much this past month, and that is this one here. This is from Burberry. It's the lip cover lipstick in the shade Tea Rose, which is more of a warm tone pink. It's a little bit more of a metallic type of lipstick. It's like not metallic, but it has like a bit of a sheen to it, but it's more of a warm tone pink. So it is one, again, I haven't reached for as much as I did in the first month. This is how much I have left of it now. I reached for this one 22 times in the first month, but only 5 additional times this past month for a total of 27. So again, not as good as the first update. And you're gonna see that's a trend in this one. Yeah, I just haven't been reapplying and using lip products as much as I usually do. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because February was a shorter month, so I had a few less days in the past month. But also, I don't know, I just feel like I've been sick, so I've been mainly reaching for lip glosses because it's been very hydrating. And the lipsticks in this project I have just been neglecting a tiny bit. But yeah, this one is one that I think I'm going to reach for more in the upcoming months because it is more of that kind of warmer pink. So it's going to be nicer when the weather warms up. But yeah, I'm going to let you know where I'm standing on the progress lines with this one too, and how much it has moved. So there we have that, and you can see it has moved a tiny bit, but I'm not expecting more than that after these 5 uses. So we do have some progress. There's still a long way to go with this one, but again, I'm hoping to be able to do some more damage on this one maybe the next month or two, just again with the weather warming up. So fingers crossed I can get this one to move. But yeah, that is where this one is sitting right now. The third product in this project is another lipstick, and that is a matte lipstick. This is my least used product in this whole project, but it's the shade Relentlessly Red, which is one of their retro matte formulas. It is a very, very bright color. It's another pink, but it's like a raspberry pink. It's like, I would say it's like a warmer tone raspberry pink. It's a very interesting color, and I do really like how it looks, but I just have not been reaching for this so much this year. I tried to pan it last year and I have gotten it quite far. This is all I have left of it, but it's very, very slow moving because of that like a retro matte finish. It's very kind of pigmented and dry and matte, so it lasts a long time and you don't need much for it to be pigmented, so it's moving very slow. But in the first month this was in the project, I only reached for it 3 times, and I'm keeping on a similar trend this past month because I reached for it twice. That probably means that I only reach for it like 2 days, 1 each month. Yeah, because obviously I reapply throughout the day, so I count my reapplications too, by the way. So I need to step up my usage game with this one for sure, especially because I do ideally want to finish this one before, at least before like end of summer. So halfway through the year, I think I ideally want this one to be done. So I do really need to speed up with it. But again, let me show you the progress lines. It's not going to be much, but I will show you where it's sitting. So there we have it again. It is the smallest bit of progress. I actually was able to do a new line this month though. Last month I was not able to. So that is after like 5 uses, and again you can see I have a decent amount of time left to go, so I do really need to step up my usage game. I think this is definitely one that I'm gonna kind of force myself to reach for in next month. Sometimes it's just hard to reach for these kind of bolder lip products when I focus so much on eyeshadow. Like today for example, I didn't want to pair it with a look like this because then I feel very like clownish. I want to do more of a nuder lip, but I think I'm gonna have to do a little bit of more of a subtle eye look some days this next month and get some use out of this one. If I can get, ideally I want to get like 20 uses or something out of it, which would be quite difficult. But thinking if I, let's say if I use it and I reapply 3 times throughout the day, that would be 4 uses, so then 20 uses would only be 5 days out of the month, which is doable. But again, that needs to take into consideration me reapplying it. So we'll see what happens, but I will try to get my uses up on this one for sure, because it really is one that I want to have out like sooner rather than later. Next up we have another lipstick. I have a lot of lipsticks in this project. I do have a couple lip glosses coming up though, but I mean I do have a lot of lipsticks. That's one of my biggest problem areas. But this is the lip product that I'm actually wearing today. This is from Milani, and it is the Matte Naked Lipstick, which is more again of a nudie shade. It is what's on my lips, but it's also there in the swatch. So you can see, even though it does have some pinkier undertones, it is definitely more neutral. So it's been a good lipstick to reach for. Again though, I haven't been reaching for this one as much as the previous month, but I'm still happy with the progress. So with this one, the first month it was in the project, I reached for it 23 times, and in the past month I have reached for it 9 additional times. So I'm now sitting at what, 32 uses, and this is how much I have left of it. Still a decent amount to go, but this was pretty full when I first rolled it in, so I'm just happy to have it, to be honest. It's been a nice change. Again, it is more of a neutral look, so this can go with a lot of looks. The reason why I don't have more use on it this past month is because I have been focusing again more on lip glosses. But let me show you again where this one is sitting. Overall, I'm really happy with the progress. So you can see there again a little bit of movement. I was able to make a new mark at least, so it is moving along, but I do have quite a long way to go. It is one of my tallest lip products. I think it is the tallest apart from Boa, but of course that's a skinnier tube. But yeah, we'll see. I'm not too fussed about this one taking longer because it is an easier shade to reach for, so it's not one that I necessarily have to force myself to use, yeah, compared to other things which I kind of have to make a decision in the morning, like, okay, today's going to be the day to reach for that lip product. This is just one that if I don't know what to reach for, this is definitely the one that I pick up. So I'm hoping again to get more use out of this one next month, just because it is an easier shade, especially now because I have gotten rid of my cold and I'm not as dry anymore. So hopefully these kind of matte like lipstick type of formulas won't bog me as much, and I can get some more use out of it for next updates. Alright, so we are taking a break from lipsticks and we're moving on to lip gloss next. This is the NYX, well, it's the lip oil, I guess. This is the NYX This Is Everything lip oil, and I have mine in the shade Sheer Blush. So this is a product that has been in again since the start of the year, and this is one that I've been reaching for quite a lot, both in the first month it was in the project, but also this past month, because it is more of a lip gloss type of formula. In the first month, I reached for this one 60 times, which is a really high number. Again, because we were in the dry months, it was nice to have something like lip glossy to put on my lips. It also goes with a lot of different looks. And this past month, I have reached for it 23 times, so not nearly as high as the first month. However, I did roll in another gloss last month, which means that I can now split my time between both of them. And I also have realized that this one is not as hydrating as I wish it would be, so I've been opting for the other one more than this one. However, I do have some really good progress, and I did actually decide today to cut a little bit of a gap in this product to see where I was sitting, because since it is a bit more of a thin formula, you can see where the product is settling. So I was able to draw a mark. You can see right there where it has settled. So I do have some decent movement on it. It wasn't like fully brand new when I first rolled into the project, but I didn't have that much use on it. So I would probably say that I am like maybe a third through what I had originally. So that would be what, like I've used it 83 times now, so I still have a long way to go, but I think it's going to be more motivating for me now to see kind of where I'm sitting. So that's why I decided to cut like a little gap there. Most of the label is still around. I just, yeah, decided to cut it there, and luckily again it is more of a formula I can settle. So I will continue tracking it that way, and I will have marks now to see how quickly it goes. I know these tubes have so much product in it. I have panned one of the NYX body glosses before, and this is the same packaging, obviously different formula but same packaging, so I'm expecting this one to take a long time, but at least now I can track where it's sitting. And there you have that gloss. It's just like a milky light pink gloss, but that is it right there. So the final lipstick in this project also comes from MAC. We do have one more product, but that is the Nordic lip gloss, which I mentioned earlier. But this here is from MAC, and it is the shade Please Me, which is one of the matte lipsticks. That is a swatch of it. So again, it's more of a pink shade again, and it's a little bit cooler toned than this shade here, as you can see, and it's also like a matte formula. But this is one that when I talked about earlier how I have to make myself to reach for some lipsticks, this is definitely one of them, because it's not the easiest color to go for, depending again on what eye look I'm making or doing, but I have reached for it an okay amount. So the first month I reached for this one 16 times, and this past month I reached for it 8 additional times, which is half what I reached for it the first time, and this is where I'm sitting. So again, quite a full lip product, and it's another one that I want to step up my usage game on because it is more of a spring tone shade. So this one here and this one here I do really want to have out first, and then this one here is more of a warm tone pink again, so I don't mind that sticking around a little bit longer. I think I can wear that into summer, but this is definitely another one that I want to focus on, and again I do have a decent amount left, so I need to step up my usage on this one. This one that I've been trying to do that with for the last week or so. So both of my MAC lipsticks will be a focus for the next update, but we'll see how far I get with them. But let me show you the progress lines. So you can see right there how much it has moved. So you can see it has moved a little bit more than some of the other lipsticks, and I'm happy with that because I only reached for those 8 times. But I think this formula is a little bit thicker, so like how I said, the retro matte formula is very dry and very thin and pigmented. This one is still like a matte formula, but it's a little bit thicker, so I think it goes faster because more like the product is applied every sweep or every time you apply it, if that makes sense. So that's, I think, why it's moving faster, but I am hopeful that that's progress that I have gotten so far. I mean, I've used it 24 times, so it makes me think that it is achievable to finish this one. At least like not in too long of a time, but it's still going to be a lot of work. So it is another one that I'm going to focus on. I'm not going to set any like usage goal on any of these really, but this one in combination with the retro matte relentlessly red shade also from MAC is definitely going to be my 2 focuses. And then the last product that we have is the one that I rolled in last month. This here is another gloss, like I said. This is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Juicy Gloss in the shade Apricot Pop, and this was completely kind of full when I first rolled it in because I hadn't really used it much. I think maybe I've tried it once or twice, but as you might be able to see, there is definitely gaps there on the top, so I can see that it's moved, and I can also see a little bit of an air bubble at the very bottom, so I'm happy that it is moving. This one has been really nice to reach for. I love the color of this. It's like as you can see, it's like a orangey type of shade, but it is quite sheer, so it doesn't like give too much color. I'm just gave it a swatch right there. So it's more sheer again, but it's a bit more warmer tone than this. And considering how many pinks I have in this project, this one has been a nice change. So I have been really enjoying it. With this one as well, it's a lovely formula. It's very thick and hydrating on the lips, which is why I've been opting for this one more than the lip oil from NYX, especially now when I've had those dry lips. So I reached for this one 33 times, which I think is really good for the first month it was in the project. But yeah, I'm going to keep going with this one. No idea how long it's going to take, but we can see some visible progress at least. So we're just going to have to see. Yeah, I just really been enjoying this, so again, it doesn't matter really to me that it's taking longer. I know for a fact that I'm going to finish this one before the end of the year because I do really like reapplying it, and some days I've been forcing myself to reach for my lipsticks instead of this one because it's comfortable, it looks nice, it looks very glossy, and it's just easy to reapply. So that is the last product, and that again is the Color Story. Nothing is rolling out, and nothing's really like close to rolling out either. So I don't know what the plan is for the next coming months. It would be nice to, you know, have some rotation into this project, but I don't think anything is going to be done for at least another 2 months, so it's going to take a bit longer. I will do my very best to focus in on specific shades and have them out earlier, but otherwise I might end up, when we get into again those warmer weathers and I want to reach for more like fun pops of colors, or like more orangey type of tones or coral type of tones, I might roll in like an 8th shade into this project, but we'll see what I end up doing. For now, I'm happy with the Color Story, and I'm just going to continue focusing on these. Again, I already mentioned about 2 kind of shades that I really want to focus on and try to get out as soon as possible is this shade right here, and then this shade right there. And then of course this shade is more of a, I don't know, again, that blush shade that I'm using, it's more of a wintry spring tone type of shade, but since I'm using it as a cream blush, I don't mind if it lingers around until like summer, but ideally I want to have that out as well before the like halfway point of the year. But that is going to be it for my update today. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you're doing any product pan and how you're doing with it if so, and I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys.